Yes, that's me. Stepping out like the soldier that I am, a soldier for Christ. That's me walking out of the compound to go to church. I had wanted to go to two different churches. Wasn't sure. I pondered up until that morning and I ended up going late. I finally decided to go to the Anglican Church. Good thing is the church isn't very far from where I live, just a little distance. I took a bike, that's me with my house girl on the bike. Wait, did you guys know that the Anglican Church was born out of a royal marriage crisis? In the early 50,000s, King Henry VIII of England was married to Catherine of Aragon, but she hadn't produced a male heir. Henry wanted a divorce so he could marry Anne Boleyn. At that time, England was a Catholic nation and only the Pope would grant a marriage annulment. But the Pope refused, partly because Catherine was the aunt of the powerful Emperor Charles V. Frustrated, Henry broke away from the Roman Catholic Church in 1534 through the Act of Supremacy, declaring himself the supreme head of the Church of England. This allowed him to annul his own marriage and marked the beginning of the Anglican Church. So the Anglican Church began when King Henry VIII couldn't get a divorce approved by the Pope. Oh, wow. He separated from the Catholic Church and created the Church of England. So the break was more about power and politics than theology at first. So guys, yeah, I'm in the church area. While I walked in, I just wondered what it would be like because I have never attended an Anglican church before. I anticipated it and I felt it would be a lot like the Catholic Church, given the fact that they broke out of the Catholic Church. Yeah, well, there's an element of Catholic in it, or should I say Orthodox in it. Look at the altar. It's giving Catholic vibe. But nah, I cannot say it is the same, excluding the fact that they wear robes just like the Catholic and the ornaments. Well, the setting is almost Catholic like, but I hear there are two different types. There's the high Anglican church and there's the low one. I'm not sure which I attended, but trust me, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. You see, I went late. So there are two services in most Anglican churches, the 7 a.m. and the 10 a.m. 7 a.m., which is the English church. I'm talking about here in the West, Lagos, where I reside. And 10 a.m., which is Yoruba church. Because I went late, I ended up going for the 10 a.m. one, which is the Yoruba service. And trust me, I do not know much of Yoruba, but I enjoyed the service. It was fun, it was exciting, and wow. I think I would be going back to the church next week because I want to know what it feels like in the English service. I want to know how it is. The service was fun, trust me. Their worship style, the music, the singing, it was exciting. I felt happy to be there. I felt like, man, I need to experience this again. And in my mind, I actually thought the Anglican Church would be so much like the Catholic Church. Well, it's a lot like the Catholic Church, the environment. And when I went in, they were doing the communion service. That was where I started with them. But I was shocked to hear that they speak in tongues, compared with the Catholic. They speak in tongues and they do the prayer just like the Protestant churches. And like I said, it was fun, it was exciting to worship in an Anglican church for the first time. The music style was everything to me. I loved it. Maybe it was because I compared it a lot to the Catholic Church. I actually thought it would be like the Catholic Church, but I loved the service. It was fun. Yeah, I am heading home already. Service is over. That's me stepping out with a heart full of joy and a very big smile. I was happy on my way home. I was saying, Omo, I will come back here. So, guys, what do you think? Are you an Anglican? Have you been to an Anglican church before? Please drop a comment below and do not forget to subscribe. Also, like I said, I'm open to recommendations. See you next time.